I have the privilege of knowing exactly the moment I became the guitar player that I am today. Everybody's learning. We're going to learn until we die. I'm not all that excellent. But my philosophy changed about guitar in an instant. And it was like a year and a half ago when I decided to get more serious about music. I was going back to my roots and I was learning my basic scales. Like that C major scale that you can play on the 8th fret of the E string. Or it teaches you something about guitar that you can play it in exactly identically on the 3rd fret of the A string. Because the notes are all 5 frets apart on the guitar. So that kind of teaches you how the guitar is tuned, and I knew that, and I was practicing it. And then it occurred to me, watching bluegrass players play in particular, that they're playing through that scale when they're in the chord shapes. So I looked at the C chord. I thought, that's a C on the 3rd fret of the A string. That's a C on the 2nd fret of the B string. Those are the same notes I start and end this scale with. There's got to be a C major scale hidden up in this chord shape, and as fact would have it, there is. You can go find it. Lovely, it's right there. So when you see bluegrass players, or really anybody playing open shapes like this on the guitar and adding melody to it, all they're doing is running those notes. It's a little more complicated than that, but in terms of connecting your ear to your fingers and getting your fingers to play what your ear wants to hear, that's the C major scale you should probably be playing if you're playing open shape C chord stuff. And of course, once that set me off, I was like, holy cow, can I just do that by ear with any chord shape? And I was getting good enough at that point that, yeah, I know that sound. It's the white keys on the piano, C to C. That's familiar, that's in my ear. So if I tune my ear to G, I can find it in a G chord too and start doing the same thing. So I started running it in all the different keys, and it actually made learning the shapes for the major scale in all the different keys kind of fun, because it was a little game and I was doing it by ear instead of getting bored looking at paper. But that's the C major scale that I use now. That's like my core C major scale. It used to be this stupid one up here or this one here, but now if I want to check if the 4 middle strings are in tune, that's what I play. Because I can hear if the guitar is in tune, if that doesn't sound right. And I know the rest of it too. I can keep going. I can check the other string. I can play a G major scale to check that low E string. I can play a C major scale up here to check that one. I can do whatever, because these scales exist everywhere. It's all about understanding the instrument, but did guitar playing change for me overnight when I realized that about chords. Made me who I am.